Hey there, book nerds, pull up a chair and get comfortable because today we're going to tackle why Jane Eyre sucks eggs. Okay, not really. In fact, I totally understand why this book is considered by many to be a classic. It has the old passion versus morality, doing what's right versus what's easy, and it's a premise that's been dished out by many other authors in a variety of unique and memorable ways. So Bronte takes this age-old plot and puts a gothic spin on it, creating characters who are torn apart by the ancient struggle between passion and conscience. And it bores the living hell out of me. For a while, even I didn't know why this book, and particularly the character Jane herself, bugged me so much. After all, in many ways, Jane is a great role model. I mean, I'd much rather young women looked up to her than to freaking Anastasia Steele, or Bella Swan, or whatever other garbage heroines the anus of modern romance literature has farted out in the last couple years. I mean, Jane is laudable for her moral fortitude, after all, for the fact that she gives up what she wants, that she brings another human being to the path of righteousness. And then it hit me. Jane Eyre is nothing but a vehicle used by the author to preach at you. This novel is typically labeled as a romance, but actually, when you kind of look at it, it's chiefly a moral tale, and man, does it go out of its way to let us know it. For instance, how many characters are we presented with that are supposed to nail in the idea that hypocritical faith is bad, or that faith untempered by love is worthless? We've got to contend with Mrs. Reed, Georgiana, Eliza, John, Mr. Brocklehurst, St. John. Why is this list so long? This isn't a bad theme to explore at all, but it reaches a point where the novel just starts to seem, quite frankly, overstuffed. And when we're not dealing with them, we're dealing with the other extreme, such as Jane's friend Helen, who is about as interesting as dog turds and so full of virtue that we half expect her to plan a journey to Golgotha at some point in the story. And while Jane might not be as insufferably unrealistic as Helen Burns, to me, I always felt that she was just a tool used for Bronte's lectures. Does everything Jane say have to sound like a Sunday school lesson? But that being said, I do think Bronte's prose needs to be noted. It's lovely, eloquent, and you can tell the author really put a lot of thought into every sentence. That kind of writing takes a fair share of patience and more than a fair share of talent. But overall, when push comes to shove, let's all just be real. We're there for Rochester's sex appeal. Never mind the morality lesson. All aboard the Foxy train.